All right, family. So we back again. We doing Genesis 18 today, 33 verses, but I guarantee you it's all packed full of spiritual meat for us to eat on today. So in this chapter, basically, we're gonna see just how humble that Abraham is, the father of faith, the father of our nation. He's given us example on how we're supposed to treat our people, on how we're supposed to be towards one another. We're going to see how he's going to intercede for righteousness. We're going to see Sarah again. We're going to see more doubt. And we're going to see what the Most High is going to say about all of that doubt that we have, because even though that we are in this truth, sometimes, hey, doubt creeps up. We don't know, hey, the Most High is he going to be able to get this done? Is he going to be able to do this? So we're going to go over all of that today. It's going to be a great lesson, family. And I'll pray that you guys understand everything that I'm going to put out today. So without further ado, brother, we're going to do first 4 verses. And we're going to get it cracking.
And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree.
So right here, family, we're going to start off here with the first verse. Right here. This whole thing here is this is a divine appointment that sets the stage for the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah. This passage here is heavy with spiritual significance, especially for us in these last days. So let's look at verse 1 here. So the Lord appeared to Abram. Now let's not get it twisted though. This isn't a random appearance. This is the Yah himself. He's showing up in the heat of the day. The heat here represents what? Judgment. Yah's not coming to play no games. This is a warning shot. Just like today, the heat is on Israel. The plains of Mamre, that's a place of vision. Abraham is sitting at the door of his tent, which means what? He is watching. He's waiting for the Most High's move. And so Israel, we got to be just like Abraham, watching for the Most High's visitation. But for most of our people, we are spiritually asleep, caught up in this Babylonian system. And if we go over to Matthew 24:42, what does Yahushua himself say what we got to do? That's Matthew 24 and verse number 42.
Watch therefore, for ye not what hour your Lord doth come.
So Israel, we are in the heat of the day right now in 2024. The judgment is coming, and most of our people are too busy chasing after these false religions, these Eurocentric lies, and the wicked system to even notice it. Y'all see our people every day. We got some Christian, we got some Muslim, we got some Mormons, we got some in the Pentecostal church and well, I don't even know how to say that the next one, Episcopal, or whatever the heck they want to call it, that one. We got Seventh-day Adventists. We got Buddhists. We got some even in Hindu and their pantheon of gods that they got over there. We'll rather do all of that stuff, but we don't want to watch out for what we need to watch out for in this book right here. What our Messiah was telling us to watch out for. We don't care about this. Our people do not care about this book as a whole. We'll read anything else. We'll scroll social media all day long. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. We'll scroll that all day long and participate in foolishness. But we won't even open a book to read 1 chapter a day. 1 chapter. Take you like 5 minutes. You can do that while you on the toilet. But we don't care about what the Most High got to say. We'll care about what everybody else got to say. We'll care about what our friends got to say, what our parents got to say. But we don't care about what the Most High has to say. We under judgment right now. We in the heat of the day. We getting our head beat in all day, family. Oppression. Our people getting shot up in the streets by the cops. Not just here in America, but all over the world. They just don't talk about it as much. We are in the furnace of affliction. The Most High is bringing us through the furnace of affliction. He is purging out the rebels, just like he did our people in the wilderness. We are in our wilderness right now. The Most High is purging out all these people. You've seen all these people dying. You see these rappers dying, these celebrities dying one by one all over the place. All our people just going all over. Most High taking them out. He's showing you, hey, if you ain't with me, you against me, and I'll take you out. This is supposed to be a warning shot, but most of our people are not even paying attention. So look at verse 2 right here, right? So Abraham, he sees 3 men. Now, these aren't just regular men here. These are angels, messengers to the Most High Yah. Abraham, he runs to meet them. What does that mean for us? It means we need to run to the Most High's messengers, the prophets, the teachers who are bringing the truth, such as myself and others who are out there bringing the real truth of the Bible, not that watered down Christianity doctrine. But what do our people do today? They run to the false pastors, and there's a whole bunch of them all over the place. They run to these Christian churches, these Eurocentric lies that have done nothing but preach lies. They have nothing to do with the true Israel, not the ones over there in the land that they pretending to be us. The true Israelites, the so-called black people, scattered to the 4 corners that nobody seems to care about. Our people out there bowing down to white Jesus, Caesar Borgia, instead of bowing down to the true Messiah, the black Messiah of Israel. Look what the Most High says he will do to you. If you go Jeremiah 3:15, the Most High has sound teachers that you got to find, but you got to weed through all the bad ones. Again, that's Jeremiah 3:15 to see what the Most High provides for our people if we are truly looking for the truth.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
According to whose heart? His heart. The Most High's heart. They're not out here for profit. They're not out here to try to get famous. They're not out here trying to get clout, followers, whatever you want to call it. They out here preaching the truth. It ain't popular. It's going to be what you need to hear. It's going to be harsh to a lot of people because they're not used to pastors like this who tell you how it really is, who give you the reality of the situation you in. Those are the people that the Most High is sending. He ain't sending people out there who kowtow into your demands, who sitting up there trying to build mega church after mega church after mega church. The Most High is not with those people. But he sends one who's going to give you understanding and knowledge. Yeah, it's going to be boring compared to your T.D. Jakes and your Joel Osteens, even though I think they boring, but other people find them entertaining. But when you read this book, like the way I do it, verse by verse, book by book, chapter by chapter, that's boring to people. They don't want that. They want to hear your monologue for 2 hours and talk about all kinds of stuff and have concerts and dance around. That's what they want. But you're not going to get that here, family. You're going to get nothing but the word. That's all I have. That's all the Most High wants me to give, the word. I don't got any fancy tricks, magic tricks, whatever. I ain't finna pull a magic. I ain't finna pull a rabbit out of my hat or nothing like that. No. We just going to read from the book. You know, if that's not enough for you, if that's not enough for you, then I don't know what to tell you. But our people, when they encounter these sound preachers, these people that are giving them the truth, they reject them, running back over to the false teachers, these wolves in sheep's clothing. Abraham knew to bow down to those true messengers, but our people today, we bow down to idols, whether it's money, whether it's fame, celebrities, politicians, whatever else. That's who we bow down to as a whole, as a people. But check Abraham out here in verse 3 here. Abraham is humble. He knows that if he's found favor with the Most High Yah, he needs to hold on to that. Hold on to it. He doesn't want the Lord to pass him by. What do our people do today? They reject the Most High's favor. They reject his laws. They reject his statutes. They reject his commandments. They want to be like the other nations. They want to be like Babylon. They want to be like these heathens here. They want to be Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, everything but Israel. They're letting the Most High pass them by because they don't want to repent. And that, family, is the crux of the matter. They know what they got to do, but they don't want to do it because they don't want to repent. Why? Because repentance has something attached to it. It's got conditions. If you want my favor, you got to do this. The Most High's favor is conditional, family. There are some rules you got to follow in order to get his favor, in order to be on the right side of this thing. He says, obey my commandments. So for those Israelites who don't want to repent, look what the Most High has for you. Isaiah 65:12. We're going to read it right from the mouth of the Most High. Isaiah 65:12. Look what's in store for you rebellious Israelites.
Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not.
Family, Most High is calling us. How's he calling us? He's using myself. He's using other people, whether on social media, on YouTube, wherever else. He's calling out to you with us, giving you this word, trying to give you wisdom, knowledge, understanding in this book. That's how he's calling out. He don't got to use his own voice. He got people that can go out and do it. He did it with the prophets, didn't he? They just said what he said. And we saying today in 2024, what he said. Ain't nothing different about it, family. But our people, we too busy doing what he hates. Abraham begged the Lord. He begged him not to pass him by. But our people today, they're letting the Most High pass them by for foolishness. This is what our people do today. You can't get them out of foolishness. The first thing they do when they wake up is, what kind of crap can I get myself into today? That's what they think about. Evil, sin. That's the first thing they think about when they wake up. How can I act up today? Because they want to live their best life, family. But that best life is going to lead them into outer darkness. So the Most High is warning you, showing you how to come to him. So Abraham in verse 4, he's giving them a little water too. Washing their feet and everything like that. So Abraham is offering water here. And water, as we know, represents cleansing. And the feet represent the path. So Israel, we need to cleanse our path. We've been walking in the ways of the heathen for too long. We've been walking in the ways of Babylon, in the ways of Egypt, Rome, all these different other nations. It's time for us to wash our feet and walk in the ways of Yah. But what do our people do today? They continue to walk in the filth of these false religions. They continue to walk in the ways of this world. They refuse to be cleansed by the word. They don't want it, family. They want to be dirty like a pig in mud. Paul iterated on this. If we go to Ephesians 5:26, look what Paul had to say. Very simple, straight to the point. Again, that's Ephesians 5:26.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Simple. But our people don't want that cleansing, family. They want to stay in their filth, in their sin, in their idolatry. They don't want the water of the word. They want the pollution of this world. Look around you, family. We're in the plains of Mamre right now. The heat of the day is on us. The judgment is coming. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, we're about to be destroyed. This wicked system we live in today is about to be burned with fire and brimstone. But what are our people doing today? They're asleep. They're caught up in this Babylonian system, chasing after the American dream, worshiping false gods, following these Eurocentric lies. Too busy trying to be like the other nations instead of being the holy nation that the Most High has called us to be. Fire and brimstone is coming. Just like it came for Sodom and Gomorrah. It's coming for this wicked world, but only the remnant, small number, family. Only the remnant of Israel will be saved. Only those who are watching, like Abraham, will be spared. The rest of our people, they're going to get burned right along with this wicked system. So for those people, you need to wake up. You need to stop following these false religions, these lies, and start following the true word of the Most High Yah. Why? Because the fire and brimstone is coming. You see it all around you. You see the rumblings. The Most High is crumbling all the economies. You got all these natural disasters all over the world. Judgment is piling up, family. And if you're not on the right side, you're going to get burned. We need to be watching. We need to be humble. We need to be cleansed. Otherwise, we're going to get caught up in the destruction that's coming. So let's get some more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from these scriptures. So let's go read 5 through 8, brother. Genesis 18. 5 through 8.
And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and comfort ye your hearts. After that ye shall pass on, for therefore are ye come to your servant. And they said, so do as thou hast said. And Abraham hastened into the tent unto Sarah, and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham ran unto the herd, and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he has to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat.
So Abraham here, starting in verse 5, he offers a morsel of bread to the Lord and his messengers. Now you got to understand, bread in the scriptures represents sustenance in life. But this ain't just about physical bread, family. This is about the spiritual bread, which is what? The word of Yah. Abraham is offering spiritual sustenance to these divine visitors. He's showing hospitality to the Most High. And that's something Israel has forgotten in 2024. Our people are starving for the true bread. You see them up in the churches. They starving for the true bread, but they keep getting crumbs from these pastors, getting concerts and monologues instead of reading out of the book of the Most High Yah. They give you 2 scriptures and that's it. Monologue for the rest of the day. And then got the nerve to ask you for money. Our people are starving for the true bread. But they won't stop eating the crumbs of these false doctrines, these false religions. If we go to Matthew 4:4, Jesus himself said this. Again, that's Matthew 4:4. What does he say?
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
So Abraham, like I said, he's offering his spiritual sustenance. He's saying, let me feed you. Let me sustain you. This is a foreshadowing, family, of the Messiah, who later declares himself to be the bread of life. If we go to John 6:35 and read that real quick. Again, that's John 6:35. Don't trust my word for it. Let him say it out of his own mouth.
And Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst.
Shall never thirst. Israel, we've been living off the wrong bread for too long, family. We've been eating the bread of affliction, the bread of Babylon, instead of the true bread that comes from Yah. Abraham knew how to feed the Most High's messenger. But our people today, they're feeding off the lies of Christianity, Islam, and all these other heathen philosophies. But also Abraham says, comfort ye your hearts. The heart in Scripture represents the mind and spirit. He's offering comfort, not just physically, but spiritually, family. And if we go over to Isaiah 40:1, look what the Most High says about his people. Again, that's Isaiah 40 and verse number 1.
Comfort ye, my people, saith your God.
Plain and simple to the point. This is the same spirit Abraham is operating in. He knows these men are messengers of Yah, and he's offering them the best of what he has. He's saying, you've come to your servant. Abraham understands his place. He's a servant of Yah. He's not puffed up with pride like many of our people today who have forgotten their covenant with Yah. Messengers respond, so do as thou hast said. This is divine approval. Yah is accepting Abraham's offering. This is about obedience, family. If we go over to 1 Samuel 15:22, look what the Most High says about this. Again, it's 1 Samuel 15:22.
And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
Abraham is showing obedience to the Most High's presence. Right then and there, family. But look at the next verse here. So Abram hastened. He didn't delay, family. This is the urgency that we need today as a people when we're dealing with the things of Yah. Psalm 119:60. If we go there and read that, what does it say here about how we're supposed to treat the Most High's word? How are we supposed to be? Psalm 119 and verse number 60 gives you the answer.
I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments.
Simple to the point, family. Made haste. Don't delay. Don't say, oh, that's not, I'll get to it later, Father. The Most High ain't looking for excuses. Abraham is showing us the urgency of service to Yah. He goes to Sarah, his wife, and tells her to make 3 measures of fine meal. Number 3 is significant again. It represents divine completeness, family. If we go to Ecclesiastes 4:12, real quick, to go and see that in action. Again, that's Ecclesiastes 4 and number 12.
And if one prevail against him, 2 shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Not quickly broken, complete. This meal is not just for physical nourishment, family. It's a spiritual act of hospitality and reverence. He's showing his humility, family. That's how we got to be. The fine meal that you see here represents the best of what Abraham has. He's not offering leftovers or something cheap. He's offering the finest. This is how we should approach Yah, family, with our best. If we go to Malachi 1:8, what does the Most High say when we don't offer our best? What does he think of that? Malachi 1:8 will tell you.
And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, it is not evil. And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person, saith the Lord of hosts?
Condemns blemished sacrifices, your leftover crumbs, your quick little 5-minute prayer while you go off to do wickedness. thinking that's going to help you. That's the crumbs. That's the blemished sacrifices, family. Abraham is showing us the opposite. He's offering the best to Yah's messengers. So Sarah is told to knead it, make cakes upon the hearth. This is a symbolic act. The kneading represents the work and effort that goes into serving Yah. If we go over to what Paul says here in 1 Corinthians 5 and 7, we're going to see why we need the knead, why she's doing this kneading here. Again, that's 1 Corinthians 5 and number 7.
Purge out, therefore, the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
So the cakes represent what? Purity and holiness that comes from serving Yah with a clean heart. So Israel, we need to purge out the leaven. We need to stop mixing the truth with the lies of this world. Abraham and Sarah knew how to prepare fine meal for the Lord. But our people today, they're offering up leavened bread full of wickedness and falsehood, family. So check the next verse out here. So Abraham, he ran to the herd. Again, we see urgency. See, he's not delaying, family. He's not putting off the Most High. He's not putting them on the back burner and doing your stuff first. I got all the time. I'll praise the Most High when I'm 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I want to do my own thing first. You may not live to see those days. So you have to be urgent like Abraham is here. He ain't walking, he running. This is the same spirit we see if we go over to Luke 15 and 20. Again, that's Luke 15 and 20.
And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him.
So we got to be just like that, family. Abraham is running to prepare the best for Yah's messengers. He chooses a calf, tender and good. This isn't just any calf, it's the best calf. Just like Leviticus 22 and 21 says, if we go there and read that. Again, that's Leviticus 22 and 21. What kind of sacrifices are the Most High looking for?
And whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord to accomplish his vow, or a free will offering in beeves or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein.
No blemish. Abraham is offering the best of his flock, just like Cain and Abel. But unlike Cain, Abraham's offering is acceptable because it's done with the right heart. So he gives the calf to the young man to dress it. This shows delegation, order. Abraham is the head, but he knows how to delegate tasks. This is the order Yah expects of us here in Israel, family. We need order. Right now, we are out of order. As a people, out of order. We need to come back to order. Because that's what the Most High wants. Paul says it if we go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Look what Paul says here in 14 and 40. Again, 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
Let all things be done decently and in order.
In order, decently. Are we doing things decently, in order, in 2024? Is that what we're doing, family? I don't believe so. Our people are out of order. The nations know it. The Most High knows it. Even the remnant of us know it. But the only people who don't seem to know it is the rebellious people. So Abraham is running his household in order, preparing to serve Yah's messengers. So he takes the butter, verse 8. These are symbols of abundance and prosperity. How do we know? Because if we go to Isaiah 7:15, it shows what the Messiah will be eating. Again, that's Isaiah 7:15.
Butter and honey shall he eat, that he may now know to refuse the evil and choose the good.
So which represents the goodness of the land. Abraham is offering, again, the best of his resources. He ain't giving no crumbs to the Most High. He giving his all, his best. He's not holding anything back, family. He's giving Yah's messengers the fullness of his provisions. He also brings the calf that had been dressed. This is the complete meal: bread, butter, milk, and meat. This is a feast fit for divine guests because Abraham is showing us the spirit of hospitality, how it's supposed to be towards our people. If we go to Hebrews 13:2, look what it says here. Again, that's Hebrews 13 and verse number 2. Watch this.
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
So Abraham knew exactly who he was dealing with, family, and he treated them with the utmost reverence. And notice this, he stood by them under the tree. Abraham didn't sit down with them. He stood by like a servant. This is humility, family. If we go to Luke 17:10, look at this. Again, that's Luke 17 and verse number 10. Look what Jesus says here.
So likewise ye, when ye shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which was our duty to do.
So Abraham here is showing us the humility that Israel needs to return to. He's not looking for glory. He's serving Yah with a pure heart. That's what the Most High expects of us, being a part of this remnant. We're not giving the Most High just any old thing. We ain't just giving him some leftover time, some crumbs. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, blah, 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 and then just go out there and do it at whatever the heck you want to do. You're giving the Most High your best. You're giving him your best foot forward, your best effort. You're giving him the most time. Why? Because we're unprofitable servants. We're only doing which is our duty to do. It's our duty. The Most High expects us to do this. It's not an optional thing, family. This is what he expects. These are the standards of the Most High. And if you want to be right with him, you got to meet those standards. That's why I tell you, it's not an easy walk, fam. Most High has very high standards. And if you're going to be part of his people, his crew, you're going to have to meet those standards. He don't do no excuses, family. Yeah, you may fall here and there, but he expects you to get right back up and do your duty and make no excuses. But let's continue on down this journey that we're going on right now. If we go down, we're going to read verses 9 through 12 in Genesis 18, whenever you're ready, brother.
And they said unto him, where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of woman. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, I am waxed old. Shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also?
So let's break this down here. Verse number 9. The messengers of Yah asked Abraham, where is Sarah thy wife? Understand this. Yah already knows where Sarah is. He's not asking because he doesn't know. He's asking to reveal something. This something, or this question, is meant to draw attention to Sarah, to bring her into covenant promise that Yah is about to declare. We already know that the Most High's word does not return void, family. So when Yah speaks, things happen. So this question is for Abraham's benefit and for ours. The Most High is about to do something miraculous, but he's checking to see if Sarah is in position. She's in the tent, which means she's hidden. But spiritually, this represents Israel being hidden in these last days, family. We've been scattered. We've been hidden among the nations. But Yah is about to call us out. He's about to reveal his promises to us. If we go over to Isaiah 49:2, watch this. Watch what the Most High did with Isaiah here. Again, that's Isaiah 49 and verse number 2.
And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver hath he hid me.
So Israel, family, my people, my brethren, we've been hidden for a long time. Just like Sarah was in the tent. But Yah is about to call us out. He's about to reveal his promises to us, just like he did with Sarah. But the question is, are we ready to receive it? For the majority of our people, no, they ain't ready. They are distracted by everything else. They're not watching out for the Most High's voice. They're not watching out for these promises. They don't care about these promises. The Most High does not exist in their reality. But to us, the remnant, even you, he asks, are you ready to receive this? So we see verse 10 here. Watch this. The angel tells Abraham that Sarah will have a son. That's the promise. Here comes the promise. But notice Sarah is listening from the door. She's behind the angel, which means she's not fully in the presence of the promise. She's hearing it, but she's not believing it. This is exactly where we are today as a people. We hear the promises of the Most High Yah, but we're standing behind the word. We're not fully embracing it. We're still doubting. Yes, even in this truth, we still doubt. I've had to overcome doubts. I'm sure you have too. We've been beat down so long by this Babylonian system, by these false religions, by the lies of this world, that we don't even believe Yah's promises anymore. And if we go over to Paul again, Romans 10:7. Watch this. Again, that's Romans 10:17.
So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God.
So family, we've been hearing the word, but we're not believing the word. We're standing behind the promise, just like Sarah. Yah is telling us that he's about to restore us, that he's about to bring us back to dominion over the whole earth. But we're still doubting. You tell this to our people. What about everybody else? What about the other nations? They don't care about us. They don't care that the Most High said he's going to restore us. He didn't mention the other nations, but their mind is on them and not us. The Most High made promises to one people. That's us. He didn't make promises to the other nations. He made promises to us. But we're still questioning whether we're even the true Israelites. The people, you tell them, hey, you Israel. No, we ain't. We black. I'm African American. I'm Bahamian. I'm Brazilian. I'm English. I'm British. I'm Irish. I'm Nigerian. I'm Ghanaian. So on and so forth. We're still caught up in these false doctrines, family. Most High telling you who you are as a people all throughout this book. You can see nothing but us all throughout this book. But our people too distracted by this world to even listen, to even believe what the words on these pages say. So we hit verse 11 here. Here's the reality check. So Abraham and Sarah are old. Yes, we know this. Sarah's body is past the point of being able to have children. This is where the doubt comes in. From a human perspective, it's impossible for Sarah to have a child. But this is where Yah operates. He moves in the impossible. Just like today, our people are in a desperate situation. We're at the bottom of society. We're scattered, we're oppressed, and it seems impossible for us to rise back up. But that's exactly when Yah steps in. Let's go to Luke 1:37. Luke 1:37. What's it say?
For with God, nothing shall be impossible.
Nothing, nothing, nothing. He's the creator of the whole universe, family. He can do whatever the heck he want to do. You want to make a donkey talk? He can make a donkey talk. He wants to have a 90-year-old woman like Sarah have a baby. She's going to have a baby. When the Most High say it, it's already done. We're in a situation today, family, that looks impossible. We've been stricken by centuries of oppression, centuries of slavery, and centuries of colonialism. We've been told that we're nothing, that we're not the chosen people. But Yah's about to flip the script. Just like he promised Sarah a son when it seemed impossible, he's promising Israel a restoration when it seems like we're too far gone. That's where we at right now, family. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Or are you still doubting? Are you still questioning that the Most High can restore us? I know it seems unfathomable. When you look at these promises that the Most High said is going to happen to us, I know it look impossible from our standpoint today in 2024, that we supposed to rule the whole earth, that we're going to be rich beyond our wildest dreams. These heathen going to drop to their knees and bow down to us and kiss our feet. I know it seems impossible, but if the Most High already said it, family, it's already done. There ain't no need to doubt. The Most High knows what he's doing. He's bringing us through the furnace. He wants to see how strong your faith is. Are you going to waver like a lot of our people are? Or are you going to stand firm in the foundation of this word and walk this narrow path and see this thing out to the end? That's what he's looking for, family. And we finish up with verse 12 here. So what does Sarah do? She heard all this stuff. She laughs. But this ain't no joyful laugh, family. This is a laugh of doubt. She's basically saying, how is this even possible? I'm too old for this. This is the spirit of doubt that has plagued Israel for centuries. We've been beaten down by the system, by these false religion, by the lies of Babylon that we don't even believe his promises no more. We've been told, again, we're nothing, that we're just slaves, that we're just Negroes, that we can't even fathom the idea of being restored to our rightful place as the chosen people. But if we go over to Hebrews 11:6, what does it say here if you have no faith? What does not having faith do in the eyes of the Most High Yah? Well, let's go read it. Hebrews 11:6. Watch this.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
You see that, family? We laughing at the Most High's promises. We're doubting the word. We've been so brainwashed by this Eurocentric Christianity, by these false doctrines, we can't even believe that we the true Israel. We've been told for so long that we're at the bottom, that we can't even imagine being at the top. But Yah's about to prove us wrong, just like he proved Sarah wrong. Are y'all ready for that? Are y'all ready for the day of reckoning when the Most High is going to turn the tables? How many of y'all can have 100% faith he going to do it? Not 99.9%, 100% faith that the Most High is going to turn this world upside down. Who got that much faith? We're in the same situation as Sarah, family. We've been told for so long we nothing. We slaves. We Negroes. Your history started off them slave ships. We've been told that the true Israelites are some European Jews, or that we're just some part of some diverse group of people. But Yah is telling us that we're the chosen people, that we're about to be restored to our rightful place. And what are we doing? We laughing. We doubting. We saying, how can this be? We've been at the bottom for so long. How can we rise up? Just like Sarah laughed at the idea of having a son in her old age, Israel is laughing at the idea of being restored. We've been so brainwashed by this Babylonian system, family, by these false religions. We're standing behind the word, just like Sarah was standing behind the angel, listening but not believing. But again, Yah's about to prove us wrong. Just like he gave Sarah a son when it seemed impossible, he's about to restore Israel when it seems like we're too far gone. The fire and brimstone is coming for the wicked system, and Yah's about to raise up his people in the midst of this. So we need to stop laughing at the Most High's promises. We need to stop doubting his word. Just like Sarah doubted that she could have this son, we're doubting that Yah can restore us in the midst of the system that we in. But Yah's about to prove us wrong, family. He's about to restore Israel to our rightful place as a chosen people. We've been hidden for too long. Just like Sarah was hidden in the tent. But Yah's about to call us out of this tent. He's about to reveal his promises to us. The question is, are we ready to believe it? Or are we going to keep laughing in doubt? This is what the Most High is trying to get y'all to see, Israel. This is the symbolism of these scriptures. There's more than meet the eye, family. Can't read this book like a Harry Potter novel. Can't just go straight through. You got to dig deep. What's it trying to say? What's he trying to tell me here in 2024? So I hope you guys are understanding this so far. But let's get some more meat off this bone and read verses 13 through 16, brother. Genesis 18. Let's get it.
And the Lord said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I of a surety bear a child, which am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed, I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And he said, nay, but thou didst laugh. And the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way.
So let's hit up verse 13 real quick, huh? Yah calls out Sarah's doubt, calling it out for what it is. Notice he didn't ask Sarah directly. He asked Abraham. Why? Because Abraham is the head of his household. This is a lesson for Israelite men today. Yah holds the men accountable for the spiritual condition of their household. He like, hey, why she doubting me? You the head, right? Why she doubting me? Why she don't got your faith? You're supposed to be teaching her, right? We held accountable men. You want to know why our people are crazy all over? Because we have dropped the ball. And the Most High is holding us accountable for the state of our people today. Our men don't want to take the responsibility. We want to run away from it. We want to be blind from the responsibility. Somebody else gonna handle it. Yeah, leave it up to the heathen to handle it, huh? How has that been holding up for us, huh? Leaving the government to take care of our people. How is that? Look at our people right now because of this government intervention, because our men did not want to take the responsibility and they shoved the buck to the government. Look what that has done to us. Now they say, hey, you don't need a man in your house. I'll be your man, the government says. Uncle Sam says, I'll be your man. I'll give you money. I'll provide for you, but you're going to have to do something for me. This is what we have done, men. We have allowed our women to be taken snare of this government. And look at the crap that we're in because of it. We are held accountable. Whether you want to take responsibility or not, the Most High looking at you like, hey, I'll hold you accountable. Whether you want to be ignorant or you're going to actually take responsibility. He holds us accountable, family. So Sarah's doubt is a reflection of her lack of faith. But Yah addresses Abraham because leadership starts with the man. Israel, we have been failing in our leadership roles. We've allowed our families to be led astray by these false religions, by these false doctrines in this Babylonian system. Yah is calling us out, just like he called out Abraham. If we go over to 1 Corinthians 11:3, this is the order that the Most High has set for our nation, for the whole world, but mainly for our nation. 1 Corinthians 11:3, what does Paul say here?
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
But we seeing odds at that today, though, huh? Women don't want the man as the head no more. I'm a woman. Hear me roar. Feminism has destroyed all women. Why? Because our men did not want to take responsibility. So the government stepped in and say, hey, you don't even need a man no more. Paid all these rappers, paid all these artists, Destiny Child, Independent Woman. Remember that song? All the women was independent. Yes, sir. Had Kelly Clarkson talk about independent woman. All this stuff. Had TLC calling men scrubs. All this stuff to divide the man and the woman. And now look at us years, decades later. Look at the destruction. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I could do it all good. I could do bad all by myself. That is the state of our nation as Israelites. Because we dropped the ball, men. The onus is on us. The Most High puts the blame on our shoulders. Because we were supposed to be the head. We were supposed to, but we gave up. We said, nah, I don't want to do this no more. I'm good. I don't want to do this no more. I'm going to leave it to somebody else. So you willingly gave up your women to these ravenous wolves. And now you complaining how crazy they are. Oh, man, the black woman, man, the black woman. Your fault, Negro. Your fault, Negro. Oh, they don't want to listen to me. But your fault, Negro. I know it's harsh. I know a lot of men ain't want to hear this. They want to put the blame on the woman, but no, the Most High puts the blame on you. We are the heads of the household, Israelite men. Yah is holding us accountable. If our families are doubting, if they're caught up in false doctrine, it's on us as the men to lead them back to the truth. So if you guys want to see your nation rise, Israelite men, you're going to have to lead them out of the false lies and back to the truth. Just like Yah called out Abraham, he's calling us out today. But the question is, are you going to take heed? Are you going to finally get off your behind, Tyrone, Pookie, and take responsibility for the destruction you have wrought upon the community? Are you going to do it? Are you going to get up off your butt and take responsibility? Hold yourself accountable. Or you just going to stay there, sit on your butt playing Madden and Call of Duty all day? But we all know the answer to that. I don't even need to get into it. Genesis 14. Is anything too hard for the Lord, family? That's what he says. Is anything too hard for me? This is Yah's response to Sarah's doubt, and it's a rebuke. He's saying, is anything too hard for me? This is a rhetorical question because the answer is obvious. Nothing is too hard for Yah. But here's the thing, family. Israel today is acting just like Sarah. We're doubting Yah's power. We're looking at our situation, being at the bottom of society, being oppressed, being scattered, and we're thinking, how can Yah possibly restore us? How can he do it? What he gonna do? We poor. How he gonna give us all this money? Where all this money gonna come from? How you gonna make these white folks kiss our feet? These Hindus kiss our feet. These Arabs kiss our feet. But Yah is saying, is anything too hard for me? He's about to flip the script, family, as I said, on this whole world. And Israel is about to be restored to our rightful place. But we got to stop doubting and we got to start believing. If we go to Jeremiah 32 and 27, what does the Most High got to say about this? Jeremiah 22 or 32, sorry, and 27.
Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me?
Israel, family, Yah is on the move. He's about to move in ways that we can't even comprehend. Just like he promised Sarah a son when it seemed impossible. He's promising us a restoration when it seems impossible. But we got to have faith. We got to stop looking at our circumstances and start looking at the Most High's power. In 15, look at Sarah here. She lying. Oh, I ain't laugh. She's trying to deny her doubt. She's afraid because she knows she's been caught. But Yah doesn't let her off the hook. He says, no, you did laugh. This is about accountability, Israel. Yah is holding Sarah accountable for her lack of faith. And he's holding us accountable today. We've been doubting Yah's promises for too long. We've been laughing at the idea that we're the chosen people, that we're the true Israelites, that we're going to be restored to dominion. But Yah is saying, no, you did doubt. You did laugh. And now it's time to repent. If we go to Hebrews 4 and 13, watch what it says here to show you can't hide from the Most High Yah. Your thoughts, everything. He can see it all, family. Hebrews 4 and 13, what does it say?
Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do.
Israel, Yah sees everything. He knows our doubts. He knows our fears, and he knows our lack of faith. We can't hide from him. Just like Sarah couldn't hide her laughter, we can't hide our doubt. Yah is calling us to repent and to believe in his promises. He's about to restore us, but we got to stop denying our doubt and start walking in faith. If we go over to James 1, 6 and 7, what does James warn us about this lack of doubt? Or, my fault, this doubt that we have. James 1, 6 and 7.
But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
See that? Yah is calling us to have faith in his promises, even when these circumstances seem impossible. And so now the men rose up. They looking towards Sodom here. And Abraham went with them. So now that the angels are rising up and looking towards Sodom here, this is where the judgment is about to go down. But notice, Abraham walks with them. This is significant. How? Because Abraham is in alignment with Yah's judgment. He's walking with the Most High's messengers as they prepare to bring fire and brimstone on Sodom. So what does this mean for us? Israel, we have to be like Abraham in this moment. We need to be in alignment with Yah's judgment. The fire and brimstone is coming for this wicked world. And if we're not walking with Yah, we're going to get burned right along with it. If we go to Amos 3:3, very simple question that the Most High is asking here. Amos 3:3.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So we need to be walking with Yah. We need to be in agreement with his judgment. Because a lot of our people, when we tell them what's going to happen to the nation, why is he going to do that? That's an evil God. That's not nice. They're not in alignment. And since they're not in alignment, they're going to get burned up right along with the heathen. The world is about to be destroyed, family, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. And if we're not in alignment with Yah, we're going to get caught up in this destruction. Abraham walked with the angels as they prepared to bring judgment. And we need to be walking with Yah as he prepares to bring judgment on this wicked system. Look at the world we're living in today. We're surrounded by wickedness, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. This Babylonian system is full of sin, idolatry, and rebellion. And just like in the days of Abraham, the fire and brimstone is coming, family. But what are we doing? We are doubting Yah's promises. We're laughing at the idea that we're the chosen, that we're going to be restored to dominion. We're caught up in these false religions, these lies, and we're not walking with Yah. Just like Sarah laughed at the idea of having a son, we laughing at the idea that Yah going to restore us. He's about to bring judgment on this world, family. He's about to raise up Israel. The question is, are we going to be like Abraham, walking with Yah as he prepares to bring judgment? Or are we going to be like Sarah, doubting and laughing in disbelief? Which one is it going to be, family? He's calling us out to accountability. Just like he called out Sarah for her doubt. He's calling us out today. He's done with the doubt. He's done with the excuses. He's done with the laughing. Most High saying, okay, I'm done with all of that. What you going to do? You going to be with me or you going to be over here? Can't be in the middle, family. He going to spit you out. So you got to choose a side. Which side you going to be on? This is what he's asking us to do. You got to make that decision. I can't make it for you. You got to consciously make this decision each and every day of your life. You got to, every decision you make has to be in alignment with the Most High. Every decision. Before you even make one, you should be asking, okay, what would Yah want me to do here? Would doing this hurt or help my walk with Yah? These are the questions that you got to be mindful of to ask yourself before you do anything. Because the Most High is watching every step you make. And he's holding you accountable for every decision that you make. So he's telling you to make the right one. Stop and think. Don't just do things just to do things. Really think about what you're going to do. Because your salvation is in the wind. Your salvation is at stake here. You don't want to be like the rest of the people who go into the outer darkness, family. You ain't coming back from that. That's it. But let's keep it moving, though, and get some more wisdom. 17 through 20, brother. Genesis 18. Hope you guys are getting this.
And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him.
19 and 20.
For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord, to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoke of him. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous.
Let's check out here, verse 17. So Yah starts off by asking a rhetorical question. He's saying, should I hide from Abraham what I'm about to do? Now understand this, family. Yah doesn't need to explain himself to anybody. He's the God of the universe. He can do what he wants to do. He's the Most High. He's the creator of all things. But he chooses to reveal his plans to Abraham because Abraham is his friend and his chosen. This is a privilege that not everyone gets, family. The other nations don't get this privilege, family. So we, as the descendants of Abraham, we have that same privilege today. Yah is revealing his plans to us, through his word, through prophecy, and through his spirit. But are we listening? Are we paying attention to what Yah's about to do to this wicked world? Look what he says here in Amos 3 and 7. Again, Amos 3 and 7. Look who Yah reveals his secrets to.
Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
So Israel, family, Yah is revealing his secrets to us. He's showing us what's about to go down in this Babylonian system. But too many of us are asleep at the wheel. Too many of us are caught up in these false religions. We're not paying attention to the judgment that's coming because it's all around us, family. All you got to do is open up any one of these news outlets and look at all the crazy stuff that's going on around the world. Yah didn't hide his plans from Abraham, and he's not hiding his plans from us. But we got to be awake and ready to receive it. How can you receive anything if you're sleeping? If you're not being mindful, if you're not watching what you are doing, how can you receive anything from the Most High Yah? So he goes on to say in verse 18 about that promise that he gave Abraham of being a great and mighty nation. So Yah is reminding us of the promise he made to Abraham. He's saying Abraham is going to become a great and mighty nation. Now let's be clear. This ain't talking about some spiritual nation where everybody gets to be included, like Christianity says. This is about Israel, the physical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yah is saying that through Abraham, Israel will become a great nation. And through Israel, all the nations of the earth will be blessed. But don't get it twisted. This ain't about diversity or some one world religion nonsense like they're talking about today. The nations will be blessed through what? Israel's dominion, not through some equal partnership. They're going to be blessed because of our rulership. By them serving us, will they be blessed, family? That's the cold, hard truth. For them to be blessed, they got to serve us. If we go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, one of my favorite verses. Most High makes it plain and clear. The hierarchy. Again, Deuteronomy 7 and verse number 6.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people. Above. We're going to rule them. And if we go to Isaiah 60 and 12, what happens to those people who don't want to go with that? Who don't want to get in line? What happens to them? Isaiah 60 and 12 makes it very clear.
One of my favorite verses.
Yes, sir. Mine too.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
The Most High does not mince words, family. I know everybody's used to these diluted scriptures, these diluted interpretations of, oh, you know, he really don't mean that. These apologists coming out there trying to apologize for how harsh the word is. You will not receive that from me. Other nations, if you happen to hear this, you will serve us and you will do it happily. We ain't gonna hurt you like you did us. We ain't gonna rule you. We ain't gonna beat you and all that other crap. No, but you will get in line. And if you don't, you will be destroyed. That is the bottom line, because the Most High said so. We are the chosen people, Israel. We are the ones through whom Yah's blessings will flow to the nations. But that blessing comes through what? Dominion, rulership. Not through some watered down Eurocentric version of the gospel where everybody gets to be equal. No. Yah made a covenant with Abraham, and that covenant is with us, the Negroes, the true Israelites. The nations will be blessed when we are in our rightful place of authority. I know it's harsh to hear to the other nations, but this is the word. Y'all had y'all rulership. Y'all been beating on us for thousands of years. Now we get our turn, but our rulership is going to be for eternity. So enjoy your time in the sun. Well, not really, because you guys get burnt real quick, but you get what I'm saying. Your kingdom is coming to an end. We can see the fall of it all over the earth. Riots, economies, market crashing, all this stuff. The Most High is about ready to destroy this place. So enjoy your last days of your kingdom, heathen, because it's the last time you will ever rule. Moving on to verse 19. So Yah here is saying that he knows Abraham will command his children in household to keep the way of the Lord. This is about righteous leadership. Abraham wasn't just a man of faith. He was a man of what? Action. He taught his household to follow Yah's laws, to do justice in judgment. Just like if we go to Joshua 24 and 15, look what Joshua says here. This is how we got to lead men. This is what the Most High expects from us. Joshua 24 and 15, whenever you're ready.
And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
That's the leadership that the Most High expects of you, men. Joshua says, for me and my house, that's leadership, family. We gonna serve the Most High. And this is where our people drop the ball today. We're not commanding our households to follow Yah. We're letting our families get caught up with these false doctrines, these heathen practices, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all these different heathen customs. Because the men are dropping the ball. Why? Because the men are not even in the house anymore. Way to go, men. Good job. Look what you've created. Because you dropped the ball. Same way the men back in the land dropped the ball. Same way the men doing it today in 2024. There is nothing new under the sun. So what does the Most High want us to do? We need to get back to commanding our households to follow Yah's ways. We need to stop letting our families get caught up in these lies and start teaching them the truth. Abraham was blessed because he led his household in righteousness. And if we want to see Yah's promises fulfilled in our lives, we need to do the same. Yah's about to bring judgment upon this world. And if we're not walking in righteousness, we're going to get caught up in that judgment, plain as that. And so now the Most High is looking towards Sodom and Gomorrah here. He says the cry is great. Sin is very grievous. Now Yah's about to get into the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah. He says the cry of their sin is great. Sin is grievous. Let's be real. Sodom and Gomorrah were wicked to the core. They were full of sexual immorality, idolatry, and every kind of perversion you can think of. And guess what? The world we live in today is no different. The Babylonian system is just as wicked as Sodom and Gomorrah was. The sexual immorality, the idolatry, the rebellion against Yah, it's all here. And just like Yah brought that fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah, he's about to bring judgment on this world. Our people are caught up in all of this. Got the women twerking up in the strip clubs, got the men gang banging all over the place. Homosexuality all over the place in our community. We are eating this up like a buffet. Babylon says, here's all the sin you can have. All you can eat buffet. And our people are getting fat off of it, off of this buffet. Sin everywhere. And we getting younger and younger. 12-year-old girls getting pregnant. All this stuff. Nonsense. Gang banging at an early age. 10 years old. Gang banging. Up in rap videos. Got a gun in the hand or whatever. What kind of nonsense is this? You think the Most High is pleased? If he wasn't pleased with it in Sodom and Gomorrah, or you think he's pleased with it now? But our people are not worrying about this. If we go over to 2 Peter 2 and 6, this is why the Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. We're going to see why he did it. 2 Peter 2 and 6.
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
Sodom and Gomorrah family were destroyed as an example of what happens to a wicked society. And this world we live in today is headed for the same destruction. The cry of this world's sin has reached Yah's ears, and his judgment is coming. The question is, are you going to be like Abraham, standing in righteousness? Or are we going to get caught up in the wickedness of this world and face the same judgment? This is the judgment that Yah is revealing to us, family. We're reading about Sodom and Gomorrah. Guess what? This whole world now is Sodom and Gomorrah. We saw what happened to that. So you know it's going to be happening here. It's just a matter of time. But the Most High is giving you time to get right, to repent, to get out of the way of this destruction before it consumes you and your entire household. He's telling you to get your kids right, get yourself right. Men, he's holding you accountable to do this. If you are in the household, you are held accountable for what happens to them. So this is what we must do, family. This is what we got to do. Plain and simple. Let's keep it moving though. 21 to 24. It's only gonna get good. It's only gonna get good.
And I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is coming to me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before the Lord. And Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein?
So start with verse 21 here. Let's break it down. So Yah says he's going to go down and see if the wickedness of Sodom and Gomorrah is as bad as the cry that has reached him. Now let's be real here. Yah doesn't need to go down to see anything. He's omniscient. He knows everything. But this is for our understanding, family. Yah is showing us that he is a righteous judge. He doesn't just bring judgment without investigation. He gives people a chance to repent. But when the wickedness reaches a certain level, the judgment is inevitable. This is a wake-up call for us today, family. Yah is watching us. He's watching how we live, how we conduct ourselves, and how we either follow his laws or get caught up in the wickedness of the world. The cry of this world's sin has reached Yah's ears, and he's about to bring the judgment, but he's given us a chance to repent before the fire falls. Let's go to Proverbs 15:3 to show you that you can't hide from the Most High again. 15:3, Proverbs, whenever you're ready.
The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
So Yah sees everything, family. He sees the wickedness of this world, and he sees how we, as his chosen people, are either standing in righteousness or getting caught up in the sin that is all around us. Yah's about to bring this judgment, but he's giving you a chance to repent. The question is, are we going to wake up? Are you going to wake up and return to Yah? Or are you going to get caught up in the destruction that is coming? So now we see in verse 22, the angels turn and head towards Sodom to begin the process of this judgment. But Abraham stays behind to what? To intercede. This is significant, Israel. Abraham, the father of our nation, is standing in the gap, trying to intercede for the righteous that might be in Sodom. This is a picture of intercession, something that Yah's chosen people are called to do. But let's be clear, Abraham isn't interceding for these wicked folks out there. No, sir. He's interceding for the righteous who might be caught up in the midst of the wickedness. And if we turn our books over to Ezekiel 22:30, here's the Most High Yah asking, hey, where the righteous at in the city before I destroy you? Again, that's Ezekiel 22:30.
And I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it. But I found none.
Zero. Nobody there. All wicked in our own nation. All was wicked. Family, righteous remnant who's listening to me. We are called to stand in the gap for our people. We are called to intercede for the righteous among us. But let's not get it twisted. Yah's judgment is coming for the wicked, and there's no intercession that can stop that. Abraham is standing before Yah, trying to save the righteous, not the wicked. And we need to be doing the same thing today, standing in the gap for our brothers, for our sisters who are trying to live righteously in this midst of this wicked world. We got to pray for our people, family. Each and every day, we got to pray that the Most High keeps us safe. Keeps our people safe. The one who are doing his law, statutes, and commandments. Keep them safe. Keep the heathen off of them. This is what I pray every day, family. Every day, I pray for everybody here. I pray for all our brothers and sisters around the world who following his law, statutes, commandments, that the Most High Yah keep y'all safe and protect you. Put the hedge over you and your families. That's what Abraham doing here. That's what we got to do, family, for each other. Most High is listening to the prayers of the righteous, not the wicked. He listening to you, family. So 23, Abraham asked Yah a very critical question. Are you going to destroy the righteous along with the wicked? This is a question of justice. Justice, family, something we don't see today. Abraham knows that Yah is a righteous judge, and he's appealing to that justice. But let's be real. This ain't about Yah being unjust. Yah knows exactly who is righteous and exactly who is wicked. Abraham is trying to understand how Yah's judgment is going to play out. And this is very important for us today. Yah's judgment is precise. He knows who is standing in righteousness, and he knows who is caught up in wickedness. And if we go over to 2 Peter again, we read chapter 2 in verse 9. This is what Peter had to say about this. Again, at 2 Peter 2 in verse number 9.
The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
Yah knows how to separate the wheat from the chaff, the righteous from the wicked. He's not going to destroy the righteous along with the wicked, family. But here's the thing. We need to make sure we are standing in righteousness. We need to make sure we are not getting caught up in the wickedness of this world. Because when judgment falls, it's going to be swift and severe. Abraham is interceding for the righteous, but the wicked are going to face the fire. You do not want to be counted among them. It's not going to be a good day for you. I promise you that. Verse 24, Abraham starts his intercession by asking if Yah will spare the city if there are 50 righteous people in it. Now let's break this down. Abraham is negotiating with the Most High Yah. But this ain't about bargaining with him. This is about mercy. Abraham is appealing to Yah's mercy for the sake of the righteous. But notice, he's not asking Yah to spare the wicked. He's asking Yah to spare the city for the sake of the righteous. This is a key point right here. Yah's mercy is for the righteous. That's us, Israel. Righteous among us, Israel. Not for the wicked. The wicked are going to face the judgment, but Yah will spare the righteous. If we go over to Isaiah 1 and 9, look at this. Look what Isaiah has to say here. Isaiah 1 and verse number 9.
Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Yah's mercy is for the remnant, family. The small number of righteous people who are standing firm in the midst of this wicked world. Abraham is interceding for the righteous, and Yah is willing to spare the city for their sake. But let's be real, there weren't even 50 righteous people in Sodom. That's how wicked that city was. And today, the world is just as wicked. Yah's judgment is coming and it's going to be severe, family. But he will spare the righteous, the remnant of Israel who are standing firm in obedience to his laws. Family, you wonder why this place ain't been destroyed yet, because we here. I've had many close calls with tornadoes over here in my neck of the woods. But guess what? The Most High spared this little community because I was here. That's the mercy, family. He ain't going to destroy the righteous with the wicked. That's what it's about. A whole city. That's how precious you are, remnant. A whole city can be spared if there's even just one of y'all in there. A whole community can be spared if there's even one of y'all in there. That's how precious you are, family. That's how important it is to be a part of this righteous remnant and not be a part of these other people out there. Because, family, this world today is headed for judgment. Do not allow these other people out there to mess up your walk, to mess up your salvation. Because one bad thing can erase all of the good that you did. All the good that you did. The Most High can say, well, now you're an evil person. The Most High looks at every decision you make. We would have been consumed, family, if it wasn't for this righteous remnant back in our land. We would have been consumed like Sodom and Gomorrah if it wasn't for the Most High allowing a remnant to live, to keep the bloodline going. This is how precious you are, family. This is how you're supposed to be. Because if you're not, then you will be destroyed. And I don't want that for none of y'all. I want everybody here to make it to the kingdom. I want to dap y'all up in the kingdom. Because if we go to Psalm 7 and 11, look at this. This goes to show you how the Most High is, how righteous and merciful he is. Psalm 7 and 11.
God judges the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day.
Every day, family. Every day. 2/3 of Israel will be cut off, family. 1/3 remains. That's us. That's why we are being refined. We going through the fire. We got all this affliction going on in our life. Because we're being refined. These verses here, 21 to 24, show us the righteousness and mercy of Yah, as well as the power of intercession. He reveals his plans to Abraham, the father of the Israelites, the father of Israel. This shows us that Yah does not hide his plans again, fam, from his chosen people. Abraham's intercession for the righteous in Sodom is a picture of Israel's role as a priestly nation, because we are called to stand in the gap and intercede for the righteous remnant. Again, if we go to Psalm 37 and 28, again, a difference between the righteous and the wicked. It's all over this book, family. Psalm 37 and 28, look at this.
For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off.
Cut off, dead, goodbye, never seen again. Do you want to be a part of that? Do you want to be cut off? Never to be seen of again, never be heard of again, a distant memory? Because that's what the wicked got in store for them. If you go over to their team, they'll offer you all kind of prizes. Look what they offer our people all the time. These big old record deals, contracts, and everything like that. But you got to do stuff for them behind closed doors. They ain't going to tell you that because NDA. But we know what goes behind them closed doors. We know what goes on them casting couches. When the Most High shows, gives you a little peek behind the doors. When you see people like Harvey Weinstein getting arrested for sexual assault and all the other crap. When you see Joe Epstein and all these other people getting caught up now. You see what happens in Hollyweird. So they will offer you all these baubles, all these things to come on over to their team. Hey, we'll give you money, we'll give you girls, we'll give you cars, houses, all this stuff. But is it really worth it in the end, fam? That's what you got to ask yourself. Is it worth it? Is it worth damnation? Is it worth being cut off from the Most High forever for a 15-minute bask in fame? But as we keep going, 25 to 28, almost done, family. Almost done. Yeah, 25 to 28, Genesis 18. Let's get it.
That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then will I spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure, there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it.
So you see, Abraham is coming boldly before the Most High Yah. But notice the reverence in his approach. He's not accusing Yah. He's appealing to Yah's righteous character. He says, that be far from thee, meaning, Yah, this is not your nature. Abraham knows that Yah is a righteous judge, and he's reminding Yah of his own justice. If we go to Deuteronomy 32:4, this shows you who the Most High is, his character, his nature. Again, that's Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse number 4.
He is the rock. His work is perfect. For all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he.
So Abraham is appealing to this unchanging nature of Yah. The key here is that Abraham is saying, shall not the judge of all the earth do right? So Abraham knows that Yah's judgments are always righteous. As we see, if we go over to Psalm 9 and 8, look at this. Psalm 9 and 8.
And he shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness.
Abraham is standing on the truth that Yah does not treat the righteous the same as the wicked. This is a spiritual principle that applies to Israel today. Yah will not destroy the righteous remnant along with the wicked. It ain't going to happen. This is important. Why? Because many of our people today are confused. They see the wickedness in this world and they think Yah has forgotten his righteous remnant. But Yah's judgment is always discerning. He knows who belongs to him. How do we know? 2 Timothy 2:19. Very simple, to the point. Again, that's 2 Timothy 2:19.
Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his. And
go ahead. My bad.
And let every one that nameth the name of Christ depart from iniquity.
So Yah will not slay the wicked with the righteous, family. Or slay the righteous with the wicked. Ezekiel says, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. So the righteous will be spared, but the wicked will face judgment. So verse 26, now he's bringing it down. He's negotiating down. So look at Yah's mercy. He says, if I find 50, then I will spare all the place. What did I say? He ain't finna destroy the place. This shows us the power of the righteous remnant. Like I told y'all before, how precious y'all are. Yah is willing to spare an entire city of wickedness for the sake of just 50 righteous people. This is a spiritual principle that applies to us. It's the righteous remnant that preserves Israel from total destruction. Want to know why our people have not been consumed today? Because of us, family. The ones that are following the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the reason why the wicked are still breathing. They have us to thank for that. But it also shows Yah's long suffering and patience. Yah is willing to spare the wicked for the sake of the righteous. But let's be clear, this mercy is not for the wicked, it's for the righteous. Gotta keep making that distinction. Yah's focus is always on his chosen people, Israel. The nations will face their judgment, family. But Yah's mercy is extended to the righteous remnant within Israel. You are the main character of the book, family. We're not in a supporting role. We are the main character. But it's also a warning. Just because Yah is long-suffering doesn't mean he won't bring the judgment. Because if we go over to Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 real quick. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Watch what Solomon says here.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Y'all see that right there? Yah's patience has a limit. He will spare the city for the sake of the righteous, but if there are none righteous, judgment will fall. That's why you see a lot of these nations, they come and then they go. There ain't no righteous people there. So now Abraham is bringing out his humility again. In verse 27, he says, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Dust and ashes, family. He's not coming with pride or arrogance. He's coming with humility. Just like James says, if we go over to 4 and 6, look what James tells us to do. Or James tells us about what the Most High is about. James 4 and 6.
But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble.
So Abraham knows that he is nothing compared to the Almighty Yah. But he still has the boldness to intercede because he knows Yah's character, family. This is a lesson for us today. When we come before Yah, we must come with humility. The Most High is not a cosmic vending machine, which you can say, I wanted this, I want that, I want this, I want that, and I want it now. No. We come to the Most High with humility. Why? Because if we go to Psalm 51 and 17, again, that's Psalm 51 and 17. Watch this.
The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O God, thou wilt not despise.
Will not despise. He won't refuse your sacrifice because you are humble. Yah is looking for humility in his people. Abraham is showing us the right posture before Yah, boldness in intercession, but humility in spirit. Abraham says he is dust and ashes. This is a reminder of our mortality and our frailty, family. Because if we go all the way back to the beginning, Genesis 3 and 19, look what the Most High says here. This should humble anyone real quick. Genesis 3 and 19.
In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return.
So Abraham again, he's acknowledging that he is nothing without Yah. This is the attitude we must have today, family. We are nothing without Yah's mercy and grace. We are dust and ashes. But Yah has chosen us to be his chosen people. So now in verse 28, look what Abraham is doing. Now he is bringing a number down. He continues his intercession. Abraham is bargaining with Yah. But notice, again, he's doing it with respect, with reverence. He's not demanding anything from Yah. He's pleading for mercy. This is what intercession looks like. This is what Yahushua HaMashiach is doing for us. He's standing in the gap for us, the righteous remnant, just like Abraham is. This is a foreshadowing, family, of what Christ is going to do for us as Israelites. He's up there on the right hand of the Father, interceding for each and every one of us, to spare us, to save us, to protect us. So Yah responds, if I find there 40 and 5, I ain't finna destroy it. Again, showing him he's willing to spare the whole city for just 45. Not just 50, now it's 45. His mercy is abundant. But it's always for the sake of the righteous. If we go over to Isaiah 26, 20 and 21, this is what he tells the righteous to do. Again, it's Isaiah 26 and 20 and 21.
Come, my people, into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
Yah's judgment is coming, but the righteous will be spared. This is all about the righteous being spared, family. It's all about the remnant. Yah is always looking for a righteous remnant. As I told you before in Ezekiel 22 and 30. Yah is looking for righteous men and women who will stand in the gap for his people. Are you going to be one of them? Is the question. Are you going to be one of them? This is what the Most High is asking. Are you going to be like Abraham and intercede for your people on behalf to spare our people in the midst of this wicked nation or nations that we're in right now? That's the question. And you got to be able to have an answer. But let's keep it going, because Abraham going to keep bringing that number lower and lower and lower. How low can you go? Let's see. 29 to 32. Genesis 18.
And he spake unto him yet again, and said, Peradventure, there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, O let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure, there shall be 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, Behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure, there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake.
32.
And he said, Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake.
So again, we see Abraham continuing this intercession. The numbers are getting lower, family. He's persistent. He ain't giving up. This is a lesson. When we come before Yah, we must be persistent in our prayers and intercession. How do we know? Luke 18 and 1. Look what it says. Again, that's Luke 18 in verse number 1.
And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought to always to pray and not be to faint.
So Abraham is showing us the power of persistent intercession. He's not asking for himself. He's asking for the righteous in Sodom. He's standing in the gap for those who are walking in righteousness. He says, Peradventure, there shall be 40 found there. He's lowering the number, but he's still appealing to Yah's mercy. And look at Yah's response. I will not do it for 40's sake. Again, showing the Most High's long-suffering and mercy, even in a city as wicked as Sodom. Yah is again willing to spare the whole place. That's why this place ain't destroyed. That's why the United States ain't destroyed. That's why Brazil and all of South America ain't destroyed. Central America, the Caribbean, Canada, the UK, Israel, Finland, all these other places that's out there, it ain't destroyed because we got people there. We got righteous people there. Most High ain't destroying it. Because our people are there, family. Our people are there. He goes all the way down. He's on 30. And it's 30 found there in 30. Most High said, I won't destroy it if I find 30. He's been humble and respectful as he's doing this. He's not demanding. He says, oh, let not the Lord be angry, because he's continuing to go. He wants to see just how huge the mercy is for the Most High Yah. He keeps lowering it and lowering it and lowering it. How do we know how powerful the remnant is? Let's go to Ecclesiastes 9 and 18. Look at this right here. 9 and 18.
Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good.
But here we see the opposite. One righteous person can preserve much good. Yah is willing to spare the wicked city for the sake of the righteous. 31, he brings it down to 20. He ain't giving up, family. He ain't giving up. He's going. It's showing you how merciful the Most High is. How precious you is. That number is getting lower. And he's saying, hey, if there's 20, I ain't going to destroy it. And then he says in 32, if there's 10, I won't destroy it. But family, let's be real. There wasn't even 10 righteous people in that city. Wasn't even 10. He couldn't even find 10 righteous people. We can see an example of this in Jeremiah. If we go over to Jeremiah 5:1. Watch this. Look what he's telling Jeremiah to do. Again, that's Jeremiah 5:1.
Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
He will pardon it. If he can find it, I will pardon it. If there's any righteous man, I will pardon it. But our people, there was nothing there, nothing righteous. Most High destroyed Jerusalem. 70 AD, destroyed it. Destroyed it. Same way it's happening here. He's about to destroy this place. Are you a part of this remnant? Are you truly sure you're part of this remnant? Because you can't lie to the Most High. You can lie to other people. You can look the part. But are you truly seeking the Most High? Are you truly a part of this remnant? Are you aligning yourself with the Most High's will? Are you executing judgment? Are you bringing the truth to your people? Are you helping the poor? Are you helping the needy? This is what the Most High is looking for. This is what qualifies you to be a part of this remnant family. And we finish it in Genesis 18:33. Whenever you're ready, brother. 18:33. Let's end it.
And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned unto his place.
So the Lord went his way. So after hearing Abraham's persistent pleading, mind you, for the righteous in Sodom, he leaves. This shows us that his decision has been made. He heard what Abraham had to say, and he has responded with mercy. He will spare the city if he finds even 10 righteous people. But now Yah is going to execute this judgment. It's a critical moment because it shows us that Yah is patient, merciful, but he's also a God of action. Once the intercession is over, Yah moves to carry out his will, because there's a time and a season for everything under heaven, family. There's a time for intercession, but there's also the time for judgment. Yah's long suffering has a limit. It's about ready to be expired, family. I mean, look at all this stuff that's going on, boy. I know y'all can feel it. I know y'all feel it. It's almost time for those doors of repentance to be closed for good. And then judgment. He's going to come like a thief in the night, swiftly. So it shows you here, because as soon as he had left communing with Abraham, it shows you that the Most High communes with his people. He's not some distant, unreachable deity like these atheists say. He don't care about this stuff that's going on down here. If there's a guy, he would come in and do that. He is here. But he's only communicating with his people. The reason why they can't see him, because the Most High has not made himself known to them. Only to his people. But notice this word communing. This wasn't a one-sided conversation. Abraham was pleading for the righteous, and Yah was listening. If we go to Philippians 4 and 6, this will show us a picture of prayer and intercession. Again, that's Philippians 4 and 6. What does it say?
Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God.
So Abraham here, he was making his request known to Yah, and Yah was listening. This shows us the power of intercession. James, again, he continues on to this point. If we go to James 5 and 16, look what James says here. Again, that's James chapter 5 and verse 16.
Confess your faults one to another and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much.
So Abraham's continuous prayer, his fervent prayer, had an impact on Yah's decision-making process. But Yah's communion, again, is with the righteous. He's not communing with the wicked. How do we know? Proverbs 15 and 29 tells you plain and clear. Again, that's Proverbs 15, 29.
The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous.
So Yah's listening to Abraham. Why? Because Abraham is righteous. This is a lesson for you Israelites today. If we want Yah to hear us, we must walk in righteousness. Why? Because Psalm 34 and 15, it continues along this very subject. Again, that's Psalm 34 and 15.
The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry.
See? See how special you are, remnant? He listening to you. When you crying, he listening. He is listening. Our prayers have power. But you cannot doubt like Sarah did. You have to know that the Most High will hear your prayer, and he will, I repeat, he will follow through. That's the faith that the Most High expects us to have. And finally, Abraham, he returned to his place, which is significant because it shows us that after we've done all we can, after we've prayed, after we have interceded, we must return and trust Yah to handle the rest. Abraham didn't follow Yah to Sodom. He didn't try to micromanage Yah's judgment. He returned to his place trusting that Yah would do what is right, which is a lesson that you should be learning, Israelites, today. Once we have brought our petitions before Yah, we must learn to trust him and let him handle the situation. Because if we go back to Psalms 37 and 5, what does the psalmist say here? Again, that is Psalm 37 and verse number 5.
Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
You see that? Abraham's return shows us the peace that comes from communing with Yah. He didn't leave the conversation with anxiety or fear. He returned to his place with the assurance he knew that Yah would do what is right. When we have communed with the Most High Yah and laid our burdens before him, we can return to our place in peace, knowing that Yah is in control. How do we know? Let's go back to Philippians 4 and read verse 7 this time. This is the peace that you have, family. After you've done everything you need to do, this is the peace that you have. After you trusted the Most High to do what is right, this is the peace he gives you. Philippians 4 and 7.
And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and your minds through Christ Jesus.
But let's not miss the spiritual significance of Abraham returning to his place. This is a reminder that Yah has given each of us a place, a calling, a purpose, and we must remain faithful to that place. Because Paul iterates on this. If we go to 1 Corinthians 7:20, look at what Paul has to say. Again, 1 Corinthians 7:20, because we got a lot of Israelites that like to flip-flop on different things, their callings and stuff like that, different purposes. Here's what Paul says.
Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called.
So Abraham returned to his place because he knew Yah had given him a specific role in his divine plan, which is a lesson for you, because we must remain faithful to the calling Yah has given us. Why? Because Yah has chosen Israel to be his people, and we must remain faithful to that covenant. So this verse, family, though brief, is packed with spiritual significance. It shows us the power of intercession, the mercy of the Most High Yah, and the importance of trusting Yah's judgment. Abraham has done all he can. He's pleaded for the righteous, and Yah has responded with mercy. Now Abraham returns to his place, trusting that Yah will do what is right, which is a lesson for you. We must be persistent in our prayers and intercession, but we must also learn to trust Yah and let him handle the judgment. Yah's mercy is for the righteous, not the wicked. The wicked will face their judgment, but Yah will spare the righteous remnant. So wake up, Israel. Time is short. Judgment is coming, but so is our redemption. The kingdom, family, is at hand. And with that, I end my lesson. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah. All praises to you guys for listening. I pray that you guys have been thoroughly spiritually fed today. And Yah willing, next week, we're going to be on Genesis 19. Until then, shalom, fam.